Hello, welcome to WISP-CAM. I am Venugopal. In this video, we will see about how to use 2D Pocket Toolpath effectively. This video is recorded while taking online class to one of my students, and I will share this video with you all for learning purpose. Thank you. So next we are going to see the next operation, pocket. Yes. Okay. Yes. Pocket operation. This is. So first we are going to define a small rectangle. Yes. Okay. So this is my rectangle. I have to clear material inside of this rectangle, which contains fillet. Okay. This is my profile. So I'm going to define my raw material here. I'm also using all entities. This has been calculated, and my height is 25 mm, and my offset is plus 30. Yeah, I'm not giving any height in higher. So this is my offset, brother. So this is my raw material. I'm going to do a full cavity material removal in this pocket, in this area. Inside, full of material removing. Cavity milling. This type of machining is cavity milling called. Yes. I think its network very slow. I don't know why. Yes, brother. Okay. So this is our raw material and our profile is there. So now I'm going to do define a pocket milling, and the next option is chain selection where it was running. So I'm going to define this is my chain. I'm just defining, click OK, and my toolpath pocket dialog box enabled. So is there, it has been selected as pocket, and next we are going to create one tool. I'm just selecting create tool. I'm just defining a insert cutter by full nose and mill. So I'm defining a 20 mm insert cutter and R pointed. This R pointed radius is mentioned above the corner radius of the insert. Yes, okay. So this is my shoulder milling cutter. I'm just finished this. So my tool number, length offset number, right, diameter offset number, and I'm just giving the feed rate and the RPM and the plunge feed rate. This is okay. Yes, brother. Yeah, please. Yes. Supplier will give cutting speed and feed per tooth value. We can enter here the cutting feed per tooth if your supply given, and you can give the cutting speed if your supplier is giving 150 cutting speed, 0.12 feet per tooth. We can enter here, it will be automatically calculate the RPM and feed it. Yes. Yeah. Yes, yes. They not given cutting speed and curve depth. It is based on your knowledge only, brother. Your experience. That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's why we are giving at the all the operations manually. We are not defining before the cutting parameters. Cutting material, tools, and area. Yes. It is also based on the functions. Yes, brother. Yes. Next, I am going to define the cutting parameter option. This is the cutting parameter option in pocket. First one is machining direction. The machining direction, climb milling and conventional milling. So what is climb milling and conventional milling? Buddy, whether you are already know the up milling, down milling concept? Yes, that is. So climb milling is called up milling, conventional milling is called down milling. Climb and conventional milling difference. Yes, here you can see. So this is the difference. So this is called up milling. So your table will go right side and your spindle clockwise. It will do a climb milling method, and your table will go left side of the spindle. It is also the cutter clockwise. It will be take the cut from reverse. It is called down milling. In case you can use the down milling is for finishing. Sorry, for roughing. For finishing, you can use the upmilling to remove the burr from the faces. If you are running the downmilling, the burrs are the removable material burr, okay, scraps. It is placed on the face of the uh, component. There is no finishing will come. If you are using upmilling, the burr was removed and uh, uh, throughout from the material, and the cutter will go smoothly and it will took the finish easily. Yeah, that is upmilling downmilling concept. So upmilling is called as climb milling and downmilling is called as conventional milling. Okay. Okay, so now we can use the climb milling conventional milling option here. And the pocket type, first we are seeing the standard pocket. Tip compensation, you also must enable the tip option. And there is again the roll cutter around corners. If you want a sharp, the radius will come. Otherwise, inside of the material, the tool radius will achieve. If you give none, the sharp corner will be applied. Okay. In case of any island, I will explain this, brother. Where it was given. If you want to create additional finish operation, it will be created at the end of the operation. And next, you can give the stock to leave on wall and floor separately here. The maintenance shop corner also here. Okay. Next, the roughing. Here we have to define the method of cutting. The first one is zigzag cutting method. Constant overlap spiral. The constant overlap spiral we are regularly mostly used cutting method in Mastercam, because of this cutting method will clear and effectively clearing the material at the corners. That's why we are using. And the offset from the chain, it will be smoothly output. That's why we are using this regularly. And parallel shape, most of the cutting methods available: parallel spiral, clean corners, morph spiral, high speed machining, one way and two spiral. I will just give the example to you, this cutting methods. So next, step over percentage. Here you can give the step over percentage. So every tool you can give the maximum percentage of step over as 75%. If you use flattened mill, you can give the maximum step over as 75. Between 65-75 you can give the step over. The percentage is based on the tool diameter. If I give 100 percentage, you can see the 21 tool diameter dimensions. I will give the 70%. Also, you can give the value step over distance. You can give the value separately. So next, the spiral inside to outside. If you use the constant overlap spiral, this is a spiral option. Spiral cutting method. The spiral will start inside to outside. The machining will start from inside to outside. If you disable this, it is come from outside to inside. I will explain all these things with example. And minimized burial option. Minimized tool burial is called effective machining in such a closed chain. Closed chain means there is a no long distance for tool running. Yeah, please. I will explain. I will explain. And you can give the tolerance for constant overlap spiral. The constant overlap spiral means that this is remachining tolerance. You can give the remachining the tolerance here. Just give the tolerance here, just plus or minus 0.1. It will be apply smoothly the step over and display stock for constant overlap spiral. I will explain this all these things with examples with that. Don't worry, please wait. And entry motion here. So now our tool is directly entering in the material, right? There is no option for outer machining. We have to plunge the tool into the material directly. Yes, in this case we can give the helix to define the plunging smoothly between the tool and the material. So here we can give the minimum radius and the maximum radius. The minimum radius is percentage of the tool diameter. So here we can give the value also. So now I am defining between 3 mm to 12 mm. This is my helix radius. The helix will be created between this value and jet clearance. This distance you have to enter manually because of how much is your length and width of the pocket cavity. You have to give manually. If my tool is 20 mm, okay brother, and I am giving the exact 10 mm helix radius, what will happen? The 30 mm diameter bore will open with the plunge, right? To plunge. The tool diameter is 20 and another 10 mm helix radius. It is 40 mm, right? Sorry, 30 mm, not 40 mm. I will explain, please. Please wait. Yes, here 20. This is my 20 mm tool, right, brother? Yes. If I give the 10 mm radius for the helix, my tool, I'm just defining the spline to a clear example to you. That's why. So this is the center point of this tool. The tool will be moved with this area, right? This is 10 mm radius. Okay. The distance between this line to this center point to this it is 10 mm. Okay, this line is 10 mm. So now from the center point of the tool, the 10 mm will go outer and a circle, creating a helix. The maximum diameter is 40 mm. Tool will be helix will be created. How can I explain that? Yeah, I will explain that in with the 3D simulation. Yes. So here now I am going to define my helix radius is maximum 3 to 12, and you can give the jet clearance. In this image you can see this, brother, from the top of machining how much helix will be helix height will be come. The 1 mm jet clearance, XY clearance for the chain. You can see the wall here. Yes. And plunge angle, we can give the plunge angle for the helix, and a tolerance for the helix only. This is the tolerance for creating a helix only. Okay. Plunge angle, you can see the zigzag angle, brother. This is a 3-degree angle. Yes, if you can give the 5-degree, it will be go the taper level. Yeah, it yes. And the next one is tolerance. You can give the entry point manually. The helix will be created at the center of the entry point. And next one is, if you don't want the helix, you can give the follow boundary. It will follow the chain. The chain, yeah, it will follow the chain, and the helix, the ramping will be calculated from the chain. I will give the example, right example. And the direction, the helix direction, clockwise or counterclockwise. Okay. If all entry attempt fail, if you give the high value with the the helix will not apply, right? If it is go to above the clearance, the helix will not be applied. So in this case, what will do? Direct plunge or skip? Do not give the skip, please give the direct plunge. It will go with this feed rate. Okay. Yes. And entry feed rate is for helix entry feed rate, we can give the plunge rate and the feed rate here. And this is the helix creation option. And the next one is ramp. You can give the ramp here also. Ramp means zigzag line motion. So the arc will be created, that is called as helix. If the line will be created as an angle, it will be called as ramp. So you can give the minimum length and the maximum length for the lamp, and value of the also jet clearance, the same jet clearance, XY clearance. In this case, we have to give the jig and jag angle separately. It will go the zigzag motion. You can give the jig angle, jag angle separately here, and the XY angle. XY angle means 0 to 360 degree of the circle. You know that, right? If I will give the 0 degree, the ramp will be placed at the x-axis. If I will give 90 degree, the ramp will be placed at the y-axis. I will give the example. Yes. Next, additional slot width. If you give the slot with 10 mm, the line will be created, the ramp will be created as a slot, ramping slot. Okay. And this is also I will explain to you, brother. And if ramp failed, direct plunge, do not give skip, and the entry feed rate you can give here. Yes, this is a plunging option. If you give ramp, it will be come ramply, and if you will give helix, it will be created as helix. Now the finishing toolbar. Finishing means, if you want wall finishing on this tool, this is only wall finishing, brother, not floor finishing, only wall finishing. So number of passes and spacing. So now we are using the insert cutter, right? How we will finish the insert wall finishing with insert cutter? If you give the flat end build, we can finish this operation with this tool. Wall. So number of passes and spacing. Spring passes. Spring passes means repass. Yes. and cutter commutation. You can give the cutter commutation here also. Override the feed rate and spindle speed here for separately for finishing. And finish outer boundary. Finish, if you more than one boundary, it will finish also the outer boundary also. I will give the best example. Start finish pass at the closest entity. Closest entity means if this is a rectangle, brother, my length is 200 mm, my width is 150 mm. What is the closest entity here? Closest entity means small line, small area. It's a vertical line 150 mm, right? That is a small width. My length is 200 mm. My width is 150 mm. Now the closest entity is the 150 mm width. Yeah, the start pass, the finish pass will start at 150 mm vertical at the area. If I will disable this, the start part, the finish pass will start any of the entire place, and machine finish pass only at final depth. If you give this, every depth of cut will not finish, only final pass only finish. Next here also the keep tool down, don't go the required value, keep tool down option. And machine finish passes after roughing all pocket. If you more than one pocket, the roughing will be finished, completed, and the finish pass will be directly gone to the entire pass. Next, if you have a thin bar, so you can give the finish pass of the jet. You can give the number of passes. If your total depth is 10 mm, the finish pass will go every 3 mm. Yeah, every 3 pass. Yeah, this is depth of cut, brother. Rough depth of cut. So every 3 mm it will go. Okay, this is thin wall option. I will give the best example. And if you enable the finishing, you can also enable the lead out. Just I am disable the finishing and disable the leading out. You can see it is not enabled. If I disable the finish, it will be not enabled. If you enable the finish, only you can enable this. Otherwise, it is not enabled. Next is depth of cut. How much depth? I am just giving the 1 mm depth of cut. I don't want to finish at the floor. I am just giving 0. If I give 0, it is not calculated. Okay. Next is keep tool down. The island, I will explain the island. Subprogram, the same depth cut order. You can give the taper angle for taper walls. Depth cut direction is also. The only difference is use island depth. I will explain this. Next one is breakthrough. You can give, if you have a open pocket, depth open, you can give the breakthrough. So now I am giving the retract and feed plan, just giving 1 mm, and my depth is minus 10 mm. Okay. Yes. I'm just defining this. You can see this, brother. So the cavity milling for pocket. Yes. Yes. So now I am explaining this all things with examples. First, cutting parameter. So machining direction. So now I am enabled the machining direction. You can see the cutter will go clockwise. Okay. If I give the conventional milling, you can see. Yes. And next, I will explain this roughing. So zigzag method, what will happen? So only the zigzag motion only is enabled. This is a zigzag motion. In this case, you need to finish every depth of cut finish pass because of there is a left material here. So just I am running the all. Yes, if you enable this, you have to give every depth of cut as finish pass out of this. Yes. So if you have an open pocket, you can give this here. So next one is constant overlap spiral. So in this case, if you enable the zigzag, I will also example to this. The roughing angle is enabled. You can see only zigzag passes and one-way passes. The roughing angle will be enabled. If you give the 90°, the zigzag passes will be created at y-axis. You can see this the differences. This is the roughing angle. Is this understand to you, brother? Which one means? Yeah. So now the tool is along with y-axis, right? The cutting motion. Now I am giving the 0°. What will happen? Roughing angle is 0°. Now the cutting motion is along with x-axis. This is difference. If you give a 45°, it will go. Yes. Okay. Yes. Zigzag and one way, if we have a open area, means in this open area you can run. Yes, but in this pocket option there is only a closed chain, not single chain will be enabled. If you want this type of machining like face mill, if you use the face mill, you have to give this type of only. Yeah, in pocket will not use this. Only if you use the face milling. Yes, in this area we have to remove the material at the top of the stock, or 5 mm is available from the 0 from top of stock. Do you want to remove the stock with the face mill? Face mill, because of the face mill perfectly removing the face, and we can give the large face mill to remove the material easily and quick time, right? Yes, in this case, if you use face mill, you can use the zigzag method to remove the extra material from the face of the cavity. Unless the depth of cavity, you don't use this. You can simply use this option. This is constant overlap spiral. Constant overlap means that is a constant offset. I will explain that. So now I am just doing the 10/20 rectangle. Okay. So now I am offsetting this. Offset chain. This is my offset. Indicate the direction outside. I don't want a flat corner. My intent is this. Brother, this is a constant offset 10 mm at every offset, right? Yes. So if you use the you can see the difference in the toolpath. Yeah, the toolpath will constantly offset from the chain. You can see there is a radius created, the radius, the small radius, and it will go a sharp, the constant offset. You can see this. That's why we are using this, and this is also cleaning the effective corner because of the constant offset only. So yes, in this case, you can give the step over percentage and step over distance, spiral inside to outside. What will happen? If I disable this, you can see this way. I am just disabling the spiral inside the outside. My tool will go start with the outside from outside. You can see. If I enable that, tool plunges here from the clearance, and it will go center, and it's offsetting inside to outside. Okay. Yeah, I will explain, brother. Please wait. There is a entry motion option. Is the option? Please wait. So next, the parallel spiral. You can simply use this option. This is also effective cutting method. Yes, this is a parallel spiral. And the next one is parallel spiral clean corner. So this is effective corner clearance, and it will be created a small radius at the corners. You can see this, the differences. Yes, this is a clean corner option. This is take it much time to create this. So we are mostly used the cutting method, constant order spiral. So next one is morph spiral. So if you use the morph spiral option, I will explain that in program. You can see this is a morph spiral. This is created several points. You can see, brother, the step. I will give you the step. Small steps only created. It will be created more points, large programs. If you use constant order, you can see the difference. If it is created a line, this is one coordinate, and the next coordinate will go. You can see this is a line. This one coordinate will become in program, and the next one, this coordinate will become in the program, and this coordinate, this is a straight line. You can see it is created a straight line, step only every step. So if you use the morph spiral, it will become a large program, huge program. It will create a small points, small points. That's why we are not using this. This is one of the options. Next one is high speed machining. So in this pocket, we are not using this high speed because of this is not effectively to create high speed. We have a separate tool path for effective high speed. I will explain all these things here. Just you can see this what will be happen. So in this high speed machining, we can give the full depth of cut. If you have a 10 mm total depth, your flute length is 25 mm, we can give the 10 mm directly, and you have to give the step over is 1 to 2 mm only, what your supplier is given. So the trochoidal motion will finish this. This is full material only option. Loop radius, you have to give the loop radius and loop spacing, corner smoothing radius. You can see this, brother. Every passes, it will be created radius. I will explain the effective toolpath for high speed machining. Please don't use, it is not affecting in Pocket. You can see 2D high speed separate toolpaths here. I will explain that. You don't use the high speed machining by Pocket toolpath here, because of this is not affecting. And the entire Pocket, there is one of the option, brother. Yes, you can see this. It is the radius will be greater at the entire Pocket. Yes, this is one of the option called high speed, and the next one is the one way. The same one way and zigzag are same. It will go every passes with for to retract. You can see the one way option. And the next one is if you have a cylindrical type of profile, round profile, you can create a two spiral option. And just give me the percentage 39 value. You can see this one. It is created a spiral method. Okay. Yes. So these are the cutting methods you can use, and the mini-mesh burial option. So what is the mini-mesh burial? So if you have a this is your slot, and you have cutter for to machining, effective machining. We have a 12 mm cutter. So in this slot, the 12 mm cutter is large for the this area, right? This is not small cutter for this area, but we have to do the remove the material to this cutter because of time consumption. So if you use minimize tool burial, the burial option will be enabled, and it will be created a circular motion to run effectively and throughout the burrs scraps from the cavity to outside. It is effectively throughout the burrs. If you do the normal cutting method, the machining pass will go straight only, right? This is the machining pass. What will happen? The burrs will be placed at this area. So the large of amount of burrs placed in this area, the tool will be cutted with smoothly, or right, brother? Inside edges will be broken, or yes. So in this case, you can enable the minimize tool burial. The tool path will be created as a circle motion, high speed machining circle motion. So the circle motion will be enabled. The burrs will be throughout from the cavity. Yes, that is minimize burial option. So in this Pocket, if you enable this, yeah, this is 21 tool rate. In high speed machining, there is a effective option for tool burial. I will explain it. I will show that, brother. Dynamic in this area. You can see this is a tool burial. You can see this brother. This is a congested area, right? For tool moving. If your tool move with off, you can see the tool path. It will go with this type. In this case, the tool, the burrs will be placed at this area. Our tool will not go the depth and take the effective cut. If you use this pass, the tool will be moved to this rapid motion, angular motion, circular motion. In this case, the burrs will be throughout from this area and our tool will be cutted smoothly, taking the cut smoothly. That's why we are using the minimus burial option. So this is the minimus burial option. Okay. Where is this? In this case, please use the true spiral option. It is also burial method. Yeah, circular motion. Okay. Yeah, this is a cutting method, roughing cutting method. Next one is entry motion. If I will give the entry motion, you are asking yes, manual point for entry. Please wait. So now you want entry motion at the center of this area, right? Simply, yes, please brother. Power gun. Okay, no problem. So please be yeah. Do you have UPS? The system will be switched off. Sure, okay, no problem. Uh, after power come, you can call me if power will be come soon. Otherwise, it will be late. You can practice and take the notes from where I will be explained. Hmm? We will continue the tomorrow. If power will come soon, you can please call. Yes, brother. Thank you.